Hey everyone, how's it going? Kane here, doing a video on, I have no idea, to be honest. Gonna figure that out along the way. Yeah, let's do it. A few days ago, I know what I can do. A few days ago, I wrote out a list of E3 predictions. I don't think predictions is the right word, just things I want to see in an ideal world. And now that I'm a bit more lucid and I've had the time to process these ideas, let's discuss them and rate how stupid they are. Some of these are just dumb, to be honest. No two ways about it. If you clicked on this video because you want another E3 2018 predictions video, look forward to giving this a dislike. Alright, so I have a section here called Sony and a section called Nintendo. I assume that means because one section is for Sony, the other's for Nintendo. Saying that though, most of the games in the Sony one could be for any conference. So let's change that to non-Nintendo. The first one on the list is Bloodborne II. Now, I don't know. Anyone that has seen one of my previous videos a few months ago knows that I really want Bloodborne 2. There's no secret, really, that Shadows Die Twice teaser made me lose my mind when it first came out, and I'm not showing it on the outside, but on the inside, it's still kind of tearing me apart. So, I don't know, is it going to be Bloodborne 2? Maybe, maybe not. I kind of alternate between each day, whether, honestly, at this point, I don't care. I mean, I do care. All I care about is a From Software game. And that, at the very least, is confirmed. They're working on something new. And a few days ago, there was a leak, you know, a supposed leak, about details of Shadows Die Twice, and it mentioned prosthetic limbs, grappling hooks. You can, like, attach a grappling hook where your arm should be, and, you know, there are monsters in it that are also using prosthetic limbs, and, you know, that might be Bloodborne 2. It would fit. It also might not be. Either way, I'm hoping that's what that is, because that sounds pretty amazing. So, likelihood, give about 4 Kane faces. No, 3.5 Kane heads. I'm bringing that back. That's the thing I'm doing now, I guess. I don't know, whatever. Next up on the list, Doom sequel. This one's kind of wishful thinking, to be honest, past Kane. I don't know what you're really thinking, because yeah, you know, I'd like a Doom sequel just as much as you would, Kane from last week. But you gotta keep in mind, you know, they're already showing off. Like, Bethesda's already got a lot on their plate, you know? You know, they got a new Fallout, a new Rage, you know, id Software's already showing off a new Quake game. I guess it's not impossible that there'll be a Doom sequel, but, I mean, if they do show off a new Doom, then I think this will go down as the best year for Bethesda ever, because that'll mean a lot of new games. But likelihood for a Doom sequel pains me to say it, but I'm going to say 2. You know, it's not impossible, but I'm not seeing it, really. Maybe they'll do what they did with the Wolfenstein Colossus game. Like, they'll tease it just so we know it's happening, but they won't show anything. Who knows? Alright, next one. Right, this one's great. I'm really proud of Kane from last week for coming up with this one. Yeah, no, Crazy Taxi Remastered. You really knocked it out of the park with this one. Yeah, no, I'm sure everyone thinks that's happening. I mean, you can't win them all, you know? Sometimes you say something smart, next you say, I think they're going to show a Crazy Taxi remaster at this E3, and that loses you about 200 subscribers. Would I like it to happen? Absolutely. That's why it's on the list. I assume that's why Kane from last week wrote it on the list as well, because we're quite similar in a lot of ways, really. But is it going to happen? No. You're an idiot. Next up, new Bioshock. It will eventually happen. You know, I mean, it's Bioshock. It's one of the most prolific IPs of, like, the last 10 years. And I guess plus now. Bioshock's been around for longer than 10 years, I think. But either way, will it be this year? Who can say? One of the leaks came out, mentioned a new Bioshock game. Maybe it's true. They said it's a PSVR game. Is it going to happen? I'm gonna say a 2.5 because I'm just neutral. I guess it could happen. I don't know what 2K have been up to for the last God knows how many years, but who knows. New Bioshock would be cool. Every E3 has one big surprising reveal, so it might be Bioshock. Who knows? Might be Crazy Taxi. Next up is a new Dead Space game. I wanna take this part of the video to remind you, like I said, this is not a prediction list. I don't predict this, all right? And neither does Kane from last week. This is just my wish list, you know? This is my letter to Santa about my E3, ideal E3. You know, as much as I would like a new Dead Space, a return to form Dead Space on the Ishimura again, or whatever, even a remaster, you know, whatever, anything. It's not going to happen because EA doesn't care about Dead Space, nor the guys that made them. And the wounds inside me still haven't healed about that. Rest in peace, Visceral Games. Again, do I want it to happen? Yeah. Will it happen? No. Next up, this is a pretty interesting idea. I've got to give myself credit for this. New movie IP. You might be wondering what the hell I mean by that. Here's what I mean. Over the last few years, we've seen quite a few movie franchises kind of being turned into games, you know, like little tributey little games, like a love letter to the franchise. Alien Isolation was made by a team that obviously had a lot of love and passion for Alien. You had that Friday the 13th game that was Kickstarter funded, I believe. They clearly have a lot of love for Friday the 13th. I wouldn't mind seeing another game like that, you know, like a love letter to a movie series. And, you know, Aliens is mostly 80s, you know, well, it's mostly 90s, if anything. Either way, it's old, and, you know, Friday the 13th is mostly 70s or 80s. It's old, so my mind got thinking, what's another old movie franchise that could get the movie game treatment? So I thought, probably, Evil Dead would be cool. I don't know. Evil Dead, the game. Why not? Is it going to happen? 5 out of 5 Kane faces. This is the year. I've always said it. This is the year for the Evil Dead video game. It's going to happen. You're stupid if you don't think so. And that is all of my predictions for Sony this year. For Sony and Microsoft. That's what they're going to show off. Dead Space 4. An Evil Dead game. Crazy Taxi Remastered. That's that sorted. That's that in the bank. That's that done. Up next, Nintendo. For the most part, this is a bit more normal, you know? I can gel with these ideas a little bit more. First off, Animal Crossing on the Switch. I wouldn't mind seeing that. That'd be quite cool. I've always been of the opinion that Animal Crossing is way more suited to handheld than on a TV, really. It kind of seems weird to me playing a game like Animal Crossing on a TV. It seems like something I'd much rather play in bed or on the bus or just anywhere else, you know? It seems weird to just sit down with a controller, put my feet up, and just pick up plants. But that's where the Switch comes in very nifty, you know? You can play it on the go, and then if you want to play it on the TV, yeah, you can do that too. Whoop-de-doo, you can do that too. I don't know why Nintendo didn't say that at E3. Whoop-de-doo, you can do that too. And that's Animal Crossing on the Switch. Will it happen this year? Probably. I'm gonna say 4 out of 5 Kane faces. Because why not? I'm feeling generous. Whatever. Next up, Luigi's Mansion on the Switch. This is something that I've had a hunch for years. And I mean like all the way through the Wii U's life cycle, you know? I've always been like, this is it. I have a hunch. This is the year. Luigi's Mansion on the Wii U. It's happening. And Nintendo have done the opposite, really. They've took one of the coolest Nintendo properties and thought, what if we just put the whole thing on the 3DS, you know? Make a sequel, put it on the 3DS. Take the first game, put it on the 3DS. Why not? It doesn't matter. And honestly, like, I'm heartbroken. Like, my heart is shattered at the thought of that. So, will Luigi's Mansion come to the Switch? Maybe. This year? No. So, good. Next up, Pikmin 4. People have been saying this for years. I mean, with good reason, too, you know? I mean, you know, Nintendo said for a long time, Pikmin 4 is almost, if not completed, you know? It's not in production anymore, it's done. So, you know, the only feasible reason I could think of why we haven't seen anything of it yet is because it wasn't suited for the Wii U and Miyamoto was waiting for the technology to be in the right place to show it off. We're now in the second year of the Switch. What better time than now, you know? We've had Mario, Zelda, they're out of the way, the dust is settling on those games. Bring in the second wave, Pikmin, you know? Everyone wants it. I want it more than everyone else because I played the third game. So, Pikmin 4, will it happen? I mean, God knows, who the bloody hell can say? 5 out of 5 Kane faces. Not consistent, this rating system. This is why I never do it, to be honest. Next up, this is the last thing on the list. Well, it's the last thing on the list, but I've got more ideas in me noodle that I can say. Which I mean brain, by the way. Something with a new character. What I mean by that is, every now and again in the past, Nintendo have made a weird little side project where you play as a different Nintendo character, you know? You get, most recently, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker on the Wii U and soon to be 3DS. You get Wario World on the game. Is it Wario World or Wario Land? Wario World. You get Wario World on the GameCube, which I thought was a really fun, weird little game where you play as Wario, you know, in this little 2.5D platformer. You know, you get Super Princess Peach on the DS. Every now and again, they just think, let's, you know, experiment with a different character. And I would just like to see something new in that style. You know, in my opinion, anyone but Waluigi, I get it. He's a meme, haha, funny. Waluigi, lol, but I don't, he's a lanky freak. He's a freak, I don't like him. But at the same time, if they're gonna make a Waluigi game, it'd be different, it'd be cool. Go for it. Do whatever you want. It'd be cool to see, is all I'm saying. Will that happen? Again, with Nintendo, you can't really predict. I'm going to say no. I'm going to give that a 2 out of 5. And the Yoshi game doesn't count, you know, the new Yoshi game, because Yoshi's got his own little sub-series. I mean, like a one-off, weird little title. I guess Luigi's Mansion kind of was that too. You know, that started out as an example of that. You know, they're running out of characters to make games of now, because they've made games of most of them. Waluigi probably would be good. Either that or bloody Birdo, so, you know, whatever. So that's everything on the checklist, crossboard. So another idea that I'm surprised I didn't write down is a new Mario Maker game, you know? Mario Maker, like many Wii U games, was good, but had the misfortune of being on the Wii U. And like many Wii U games, it's been given a proper chance to shine on the Switch. I'd like to see a new Mario Maker game on the Switch, Mario Maker 2.0. I'm not the only person that's made this prediction. Unlike everything else, these are all unique to me. This one, I've seen a lot of people say. You know, I know Arlo, he did an E3 2018 video, which is super good, by the way. Like, that, he bloody nailed it, I think. I think a lot of his predictions are going to turn out true, to be honest. Maybe. He could also be wrong. I don't really know or care. I think he's right on the money with a new Mario Maker game. I think that'd be good. I don't know what they could add to it. But then again, you look at Tropical Freeze and you think, oh, nothing. You know? They don't need to add anything. Doesn't matter. So, just make it again, you know? Mario Maker 2.0. Mario Edition. This time Mario's in it, I guess. This is why I don't work at Nintendo. I don't make the rules or the games. Thank God, you know? Thank God I'm not working in gaming. Otherwise, I'd make Crazy Taxi Remastered, and that'd be the big reveal at E3. Yeah, thank the lucky stars in heaven. Why am I doing a video at 2 in the morning? And that is my E3 2018 wish list. If this ends up being all correct, I think we can all agree E3 this year is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, so, you know, what do you think is going to be at E3? You know, no, let's change the question, because that's not even what this video is about, you know, I'm just rambling about whatever. What is a weird little game you'd like to see get remastered? For me, it's Crazy Taxi, because it's a fun little arcadey game, you know, it's really fun, it's arcadey, and it's fun. I wouldn't mind seeing that on the PS4. I know it's on the PS3, but that ain't the PS4, so I want to see it on the PS4. Would be cool, I don't know, don't call me stupid, I want to see it happen, alright, leave me alone. So what would you want to be seeing at E3 this year? Let me know. This was a you know what? Might not upload this video because no one's going to like it anyway. What even was this video? Absolutely awful is the answer to that question. I bet you're glad I did an E3 video, aren't you? That's the end of the video. If you want to support me, if you want to give me money for this, then go to patreon.com/farfetched, where you can get previews, you get first glimpses, the same thing as a preview really, you get a podcast, you get pre-production stuff, all for $1, pretty good stuff. Also have a Facebook and a Twitter, like everyone does. Other than that, that's it. So, I promise I won't do one of these videos ever again, I'm sorry.